So I no longer have the Lucid account anymore, the funded Lucid account. I did blow it on this trade right here from last week. And I cut for this emotional entry. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is just a emotional entry right here. Price took out all the way to high time frame sell side I saw, and it had such a strong reaction to it. We saw this consolidation, breaking structure, as well as manipulating the and it's not manipulating, but I guess you can say manipulating the consolidation, like a little Judas swing with this displacement up towards the buy side. I thought that I was thinking, and to me that is like textbook ICT. And so I put my stop loss here, and because I saw this trade before, and we had this like reaction to the upside off this FUGO, so I was like, I bet. So I wanted to go for this, at least this buy side liquidity. And so of course we quickly got stopped out, and my actual optimal entry for my model would have been right here. So it would have been like right here. So I would have actually won that before reversing to the upside, because there was positions. There was a position sitting above this low to get the money, so that we could push price to fill these bearish liquidity voids. Which I guess I remember initially attending it to go up to here, not from this. I remember my initial TP was here, but just because I thought it was convenient, I just put my TP buy side up to this point. And it was kind of stupid, especially when we're in this higher time frame fell off, and because of the war, and so not so good. With this, what happens when you go against the trend. So even though it should be basic common sense, I just, for some reason, it didn't occur to me. And especially when on the 1 minute, your buys can skew so easily. And so that's all I really have to say for last week. However, for today, this is one of those things where it's just like, it keeps happening to me, and I'm no longer gonna make this lame dumbass mistake, because at first I thought, oh, it's just a statistical loss. So before I say anything, so we go to the higher time frame. So basically overnight, we created this like week opening gap. Asia runs it up, taking out Asia highs. Then going into London, we're just going up and up, creating this. We actually, on the higher time frame, actually, I believe on the 4 hour, we were able to inverse this 4 hour fair value gap. Well, it looked like we did until before 9:30, until it went down. So I thought it looked like it before 9:30. So that's why this was pre-market analysis. So that don't really count. But we did inverse this 1 hour fair value gap as well. Well, it was actually two inverse fair value gaps. So during the 15-minute, well, we first inversed this fair value gap, and then there was these 1 hour and 15-minute FEGs that were made. And pre-market open, there was accumulation during pre-market during 9:30, and so at 9:30 open, which I marked out the highs and lows, price manipulated the highs of the consolidation and made a little Judas swing, a classic Judas swing before selling off, taking out these areas of liquidity and inversing many previous bullish fair value gaps. So my initial bias was bearish. It was bearish. Had this huge sell-off. I was gonna go for a Venom, but there was no balanced price range to trade off of. So it just kept selling off, and it looked like NQ was the leading pair for today. And so I saw this displacement down here before the kill zone, and we were already at that deep discount, but there was this sell side liquidity that I wanted to raid, and also this new week opening gap as well. And so, well, this would have made more sense to target over here instead of all the way here. I put a sell limit order, and obviously at first it was at profit for just a couple seconds, and then it inversed this FEG, and I just saw price just going. So I was like, I need to cut my losers fast. So I close the trade, and I saw immediately this price candle go down here. I'm like, this was an emotional trade, I'm not gonna lie. I entered short again, just to get quickly stopped out. The price to go to one of my partials, which is just fucking tedious. Which is not tedious, but just horrendous. But this keeps happening to me. And I always thought, hey, this is just a statistical loss, but no, it's more of a kind of price manipulation issue. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. I've seen the model for the specific setup. ICT himself said that, and also many videos, that you really want to take like first fair value gap, not at premium, but the first for FEG after high time frame liquidity sweep of buy side getting taken out. And I really thought we are going to go to the sell side since we were really close. But price had different plans to wake me out, and I was like, oh, this is just a one-time, two-time thing. It's one of those unlucky trades, but this is actually classic. This is actually classic manipulation over here, and then it goes down because there's a lot of sell stops above this high right here, because I think they caught on now, or it was just too deep at discount. So it could be too deep at the discount, or much at discount. Well, I didn't think it was that bad, but I saw that MES price action was actually better, because it was a genuine show of displacement for MES. There was an FEG up here, could have caught that, and then not only bought it at a better price, but also I maybe would have liked this sell side liquidity right here. And if you're wondering how were you able to trade if you breached your funded, well, last night I crashed out and I bought 5 50k evals, and so this was only a 50 risk, and thinking that I actually copy traded off all 50k accounts, I only did it for one account. So that's that. I guess that's good. It's not good, but I guess at least it wasn't all my accounts. I was gonna go for this new week opening gap too, since I heard that in the silver bullet model, that's a area of area of liquidity or price range where that is like been talked about and hit. So I wanted to go there, but it seems to me that this time. I'm really sick of this model. Like, what FEG do I trade off of? You got one other guy saying oh, the guy who literally made the model says, oh, trade whatever FVG in its closest. Not the best FVG. No, you're not doing that. No, what the first FVG that appears. And not only that, this happens to me many times. Other guys saying the same thing. Other guys saying, oh, wait for the premium FVG OT or whatever. But oftentimes, like, I do that, and actually, FVG I intended to hit actually fails and hits my TP. And other times, it's the other way around. I'm like, go to the OT. I exactly like this. I set a sell limit order up to this FVG to the TP, and then it stops me out at OTE, and then it goes to my TP. So like, which one is it? I think it's NQ because the price is too, it actually is more wilder than ES. Maybe ES tends to play out better. And I backtested the Silver Bullet on different occasions. It's not actually a bad model, but it's confusing in the fact that what FEG do I take? Because we're in a sell off. And as these sell side liquidities get hit, I think I need to realize that you have to react to price. I was buyers stepping in, so this first sell side liquidity, like many buyers, we sellers are still in control. The second, price starts like consolidating, a little bit. You still have sellers are in control, but you see here is definitely like buying sentiment. And then like near sell side liquidity, buyers hold this. But then it wants to reprice at fair value, so it could take out this sell side then before going up or wherever this is gonna go. So this is just hella confusing. This market, especially this month, has been bad price action. I might have to switch models. I had this model for months now, and honestly, it's been okay. I've had definitely good streaks with this, but also definitely like confusing streaks, and I've been stopped out many times, and a lot of the times my TP has been hit without me hesitating because of this exact situation, and other times I wouldn't trade, and I'm fine with that. But to me, I think to me this is just hella confusing, and I think I'm no longer gonna trade this model anymore, and so I'm not gonna trade this model no more. I've already selected a different model, which is much more less like less enticing. Is that, I guess you can say. So that's all I really have to say for this end of the video, and I'm gonna have to go now. So I'll see you all next time. Peace.